Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Karleen, your host, and this is going to be a little bit of a deep dive video where we dive into why your manifesting doesn't work. So we're going to go a little bit deeper in why you're doing all the positive affirmations, you're doing all the visualizations, you're listening to all the gurus, you're doing all of these things, and still it's not coming together the way that you'd hope for or you desired. Be aside the obvious that that might not be your soul path, there are some other factors that, of course, play in. And one of the biggest ones that I've found for myself, but also for other people, is this issue around control and power. Control and power has gotten a bad rap, and a lot of people they have a kind of a push-pull relationship, kind of like they have to money, right? Where on the one hand, of course, they realize and they absolutely know logically that it's important to have control, to have agency, to have power. And it's okay to do that, and that you do have that over your own life. But it's a completely different story when you go into the emotional realm and the feeling side of things, which is just as valid as your thought side of things. And there it looks a little bit different. So we'll dive in today a little bit on control and power and what you can do if you have a deep-seated belief that ultimately you have no control over your life, what you can do to mitigate that, remedy it. I want you to take a moment, like just take a deep breath in and feel into, close your eyes. And when I say control, the word control, and not think about what the definition is, and not think about what the right thing is to say, and not think, but really just feel what comes up for you when you hear that word control. Does your body tense? Do you feel a tension in your shoulders, in your back? Do you feel something in your stomach? Do you feel a heaviness? What, or do you feel lightness? I don't know. What do you feel when you hear the word control? And now the word power. What do you associate with power? Power. And now the question, do you feel that your life is yours? Do you feel that you have control over your own life? Not do you believe it, do you feel it? Yeah. Okay. So for some of you, you're going to be sailing through that, and that's fine. Continue doing your manifestations. But for others of you, if you felt anything come up for you around control or power, or around you feel that ultimately your life is in your hands and in your control, you have control over your own life, this might be for you. So this is not about victim shaming, and this is not even about the victim archetype. I don't want to dive too much into that because this is something different. This is rooted in a base belief that something other has more control over your life than you do. That may be the system that you live in, that may be God or your understanding of God, that may be your parents' paradigm and life story and life understanding. And that's where it really all roots and originates, right? Remember, as children, our parents are everything. We love them unconditionally. We try to do our best to make them love us, to make them be proud of us or what have you. But if you're encountered with mood swings or excessive punishments or random and excessive punishments, then you can develop a fundamental distrust in the order of things, in authorities, in what you believe has power and control. So when people abuse their powers, such as on a grander scale, when we're looking at governments, we kind of lose trust as a collective in the power that is exhibited by these governments or by these agencies or what have you, right? And the flip side is also true. If there's a lot of goodness and a lot of what do you call it? A lot of consistency, positive, beneficial consistency, then we gain trust and we believe in the solidity of these structures, right? So, if you feel that your life is not yours, whose is it? If your life is not in your control, whose control is it in? And remember that your inner child, right, also has a say so. So if they grew up and they feel like power and control is something, oh, that's evil, that's bad because it was used against you, because it was abused in the hands of those that were meant to utilize it in a way that was supposed to help you and not harm you, then your inner child is going to get a little bit antsy around anything that would be you taking control of your life. So that's where your self-sabotage kind of comes in as well, where you end up giving away your control and doing things that place the burden and the responsibility outwards instead of taking steps to maintain that control in your life. So what can you do? What can you do? Well, there are 5 things that you can do. Number 1 is to list all the areas in your life where you feel this part of my life is not really in my control. It's out of control. It's out of control, and somehow others have agency over you, over your life. So there's so many different things, like you're dependent on someone, and you feel like they have control of your life because of your dependency on them for whatever reason, or you owe someone something and you feel like they have control over your life because there's an outstanding debt. You did something to someone inadvertently or not, and you feel they have some kind of at least moral control over you and your character. Things go on and on, but just write them down, write them all down, get them out of your system, see them on paper in front of you, and write till you feel empty, till you feel completely you've emptied yourself out of all these things that you feel you can't control, but that they control you and your life. Once you've done that and you see it out all on paper, you should feel a little bit of a lightening because it's getting out of your system, right? And it's becoming already, you're taking a little bit of control because now you're seeing the full list of it, right? So it's becoming manageable. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to break it down. So list how you've given these control, these things that you wrote down. How have you given your control over the situation to them? So a refusal of apology, maybe, or maybe you're not calling and communicating, or maybe you're trying to stay out of things, or I don't know, but how are you not stepping into being able to control the situation by taking action, whatever that action may be? How did you give your power away to them? And once you've done that, and now you see, oh, wow, right? The equation is coming together. So all these situations in your life that you feel are controlling you, but then you realize how you actually gave your control away to these situations, and how these situations are actually calling you to take control again, calling you to take back your power, calling you to do something. Okay. So that's exactly it. What do you need to do? This is point number 3, to regain control over the situation, whatever it may be. What is the action that you need to take? And now, once you figured out what the action you need to take is, you already automatically probably know why you're not taking said action. And now you can start tackling that. You can start healing that. You can start developing that. You can start doing whatever you need to do so that you're able to take the action that you need to take in order to regain the control that you've given away. Because when you feel like your life is out of control and all these things are out there and you feel like they're controlling your life, it's actually because they're not controlling your life. They're not. They're trying to get you to take back control in your life. And if they were controlling your life, you wouldn't notice it. It wouldn't be something that is completely irritating to you. It wouldn't be something that bumps up for you because they're controlling your life, right? So think about the things that truly control your life and how you barely notice that because it's running in the background. Your heart rate, your sleep, your breathing, right? All of that. And things of that nature. So realize that these things are not controlling your life at all, that your life is that these things are trying to get you to take control of your life. They're trying to teach you. And that's what the matrix is actually. It's a teaching construct. All of this here. And teaching is the wrong word. It's a shaping, forming, maybe, but that's also a wrong word. It's a development, but that's also a wrong word because there's so many implications that something wasn't right from the beginning, but you were right from the beginning. We are all right from the beginning, right? It's something where we can literally experience ourselves, and whatever it is that is within your construct, your consciousness construct, that needs to be explored, that's what's going to come up for you in this experience with the matrix. So for some people it's going to be leadership, for other people it's going to be nurturings, and so on and so forth. But for all of us, and that's why I was indicating in a couple videos back, this world is more about power and control and learning how to deal with that than it really truly is about love. Love under power, love within control, right? Um, it's a lot has to do with how we deal with power and control over ourselves and how much we take on and accept the power that we have over our own lives. So now you've written down everything that you feel is controlling your life. You've recognized how it's actually not controlling your life. That's why your life feels like it's gone off the rails. And you realize how you've been pushing the control onto those things instead of taking control of the situation. You realize what you need to do to regain control, and you realize why you're not doing it, and you're working on healing that, right? You recognize, okay, there's a base belief or a base emotion here that I need to look at, need to do whatever I need to do, balance it out. And it could be a fear of punishment. That's in a lot of us. We don't want to take the control back because we fear doing something wrong. We fear being punished. We fear being ridiculed, ostracized, kicked out like we were before, right? So we have to realize that, whoa, okay, that's the inner child that's then talking when this fear comes up. And the inner child needs reassurance from you as the adult that everything's going to go okay, right? And that whatever happens, you guys will get through this and then step forward. And so to do that, though, you have to ask yourself the fundamental question. I'm going to ask it to you now and feel into it. Do you want control? And again, don't think the answer. Do not think the answer. Feel your body response to, do you want control? What's deep in your emotional field, in your emotional reality? Because for some of you, it's going to be like, oh, I would love to have control over this situation again. Then dig deeper and look to the past. Did you want control in the past? And for others of you, you might feel like you feel what you feel. So let's say if you want control, then we're good. But if you feel and you recognize, like, actually, I don't want control. I want something else to take over that aspect, to take care of me on that level, to make the decisions for me, to do what needs to be done for me. And that's totally understandable. And I totally get it. And in certain areas of your life that you can absolutely do it like that. But in other areas where you know you have to do this yourself and you're feeling how, whoa, I don't even want to think about control and power in that area of my life. It scares me so much. Then we're going to have to dig deeper into looking at the underlying programming of fear and punishment, powerlessness, whatever it may be that is stopping you from wanting what is your birthright. Because having control and agency is natural, it's normal. right? Even babies assert themselves. Babies will stand up for themselves. Babies will defend their hunger. Yeah. And it's absolutely natural and normal for you to want to make decisions. Remember when we were children and we couldn't wait until we're adults so that we could make choices for ourselves that would benefit us, right? Or we felt they would benefit us. So you want to have a real deep look, like feel into how you deal with power and control, what you've given your power to in your life. And then you're going to get behind why some of your manifestations are not coming through, why you can't seem to shift that deep belief that it's not going to happen for you. Why it feels like, whoa, I really want this in my life, but I don't believe that I have the control or the power to make it happen in my life because all these other things have power over me and all these other things are determining where my life is going. But is that really true? And so once you've done that, of course, positive affirmations help to actually target that thought, emotion, belief, feeling, and clean that up first before you dive into taking control and manifesting what you want in your life and creating what it is that you want in your life. But if that block is there and you believe that having control is unsafe, having power is unsafe, then you might be blocking yourself from manifesting what you want because what you want will definitely have to do with having control and power in your life, right? So if you want more money, more agency, more freedom, this all deeply connects with taking control and taking power in your life. Okay, so benevolent universe, benevolent higher self, everything is working for me. It's not working against me. It is safe to be in control. It is safe to be in power. It is safe to have agency. It is safe to make decisions for myself because when you're manifesting, obviously decisions and situations are going to come up and you're going to want to move into the direction of what's going to help you manifest, right? What's going to bring to you what your desires are. So it helps to have the feeling that you make the right decisions for yourself, that you make the good decisions for you, and all these little things underneath, right? That you get those cleared up. And once you have all that cleared up and you're feeling more in control, you're recognizing, wow, I do have control, I do have power, I do have agency. All of a sudden, that little belief in the back of your head that goes, I don't have the power, I don't have the ability to make this happen for myself, it dissolves. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. And if you would like more information on all of this and deeper information as well, then stick around on this channel, click subscribe, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how it goes for you. And I'll be offering a 6-week course where this is all we do. You get weekly informations and channelings. We get a weekly call together in the group. So if you're interested in that, I'm taking pre-signups and then I'll be emailing out the information to you on how you can join, exactly how it's going to be structured, exactly what you're going to get. But I can promise you, this is going to support you in your life. This is going to be information that you can take with you for the rest of your life. What you've learned, nobody can take away from you. Okay. This is really valuable stuff. So sign up and or pre-sign up and drop a comment in the description box below, like, share, comment. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. Take care. Bye.